Ahmed Baba, we are live and we have lots to talk about. Two brothers talking. Let's start with the redistricting in Texas. I mean, and this is going to go beyond Texas, but what I want to discuss is the latest. We know the lawmakers have left Texas, the Democratic lawmakers, because they don't want this, unusual, unprecedented redistricting, gerrymandering happening in a year that is not after a census, right?
Mm-hmm.
Usually they will do gerrymandering and they usually do it in a year when after there's a census because they have now gauged what the population is like. Now they're trying to do it because they're afraid Republicans are. Greg Abbott is, Donald Trump has ordered Greg Abbott to do it. They're afraid they're going to lose in the midterms. They're going to lose Congress. And if they lose Congress, it's game over for them. So they're concerned about it. But now John Cornyn, the senator, has asked Kash Patel, the FBI director, to enlist the FBI to go out and get these lawmakers from wherever it is that they are supposedly hiding, out of Texas. Now, I don't know if you saw the statement that Cornyn put out and the language of the statement.
I think I have it on ABC, right?
I don't know if you caught it, but in his statement, he says, and they took it out. It's not in the top part of the thing that I want to look at it. So basically, he's calling these lawmakers. Let me see if they put it in here. It's interesting that ABC did not put it in their write-up.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't. Yeah, they didn't. Why would you
here's
remove?
What we're talking about. He said runaway. Okay, let's just get to it. He called them runaway, and no one has used that language, runaway, since, I don't know, that is a slave term. That is a term that comes from, when slaves would run away. When was the last time he said runaway? I am proud to announce that Director Kash Patel has approved my request for the FBI to assist state and local law enforcement in locating runaway Texas House Democrat.
Oh. You do not need to be using the term runaway when you're doing some racist shit, frankly. Like, you are undermining the votes of Hispanics and Black Texans. And then you're going to refer to the congressional leaders that are breaking quorum, which is something they're allowed to do legally, and refer to them as runaways. It's insane. And it like you're indicating here, it really underlines the racial aspect of this. And it's the same anti-democratic stuff we saw on January 6th. It's all tied to this underlying confederacy, right? Of trying to suppress the voice of Black people and people of color. It's unbelievable we use that term.
Well, it is. I mean, because that's what it is. Look, it is what it is. And I believe in Occam's razor. The most obvious answer, solution, whatever it is, that's usually the one. And what they're trying to do is disenfranchise Black and brown voters in Texas. What they're trying to do is disenfranchise Black and brown voters in the country. Because those are the districts that they are focusing on redrawing, because that is the backbone of the Democratic Party. And so to say otherwise is just ridiculous. I think that the media and their framing of it is like, they don't usually do this and they talk around it. No, this is racist. This is what's happening. And I think that's the way that we need to treat it.
No, that's spot on. It's racist. It's authoritarian. It underlines the fact that they're afraid. This is coming from a place of weakness. If they were so confident in the gains they made among Black voters and Latino voters, why would they be desperately trying to suppress their voice and suppress their vote? The way they're carving these districts, they're going into these urban areas. It's insane. You've seen it, right? It's like you come and take a sliver here and then you expand it out in the rural parts. It's so transparent what they're doing here. And again, I'm glad you're bringing up the racial part of this, because it's been the underlying foundation of all of the anti-democratic rhetoric and movements here. Trump, like the underlying part of January 6th, people forget. When he was asking to find these votes in Georgia, when he was saying these specific districts, these specific precincts were invalid, he was talking about Black majority precincts. He was talking about these places that were majority Black, saying their votes didn't really matter. And this is a continuation of that we're seeing. And now he's trying to literally rob Democrats of these 5 seats and doing it nationwide. This is not just Texas. This was a decree that he sent to all Republican states to do this.
Yeah. I had the former state attorney of Palm Beach County. I don't know if you know Dave Ehrenberg, and I also spoke to some other attorneys. Basically, they were saying there's no grounds to arrest, apprehend, detain, go after these lawmakers. The federal government, the FBI there's no, and it's not their jurisdiction, but on what grounds? Because these people can be on vacation. They could be visiting friends. They could be visiting family. They could be on a business trip. What have they done illegally? Right. And I think the thing is to just pick them up and make them go back to the state in order so that they can, I guess, meet quorum or what. Yeah. But how is this legal is the thing. Runaway, rounding people up, defying federal judges, no due process.
It's crazy. It's like they're trying to do what they did, after the Fugitive Slaves Act was passed. But to these lawmakers, except there's no law passed that lets them legally go into other states and take them and bring them back. Like, again, the term runaway, I'm just going with that metaphor. Like, why are you going to go? And there's no, like you said, there's no federal grounds for this. If they were in Texas, they could be taken back, but they are in Illinois. Governor Pritzker is protecting them there, and also some history there. Abraham Lincoln broke quorum in 1840 in Illinois. Like, it's a thing people do. And in Texas, they're allowed to break quorum legally. Like, again, there's no law being broken here. What this is Donald Trump basically treating the FBI as his goons. We don't know what's going to happen next. All we know right now is that Kash Patel has agreed, according to Cornyn, to go and find them. What is this going to do? You're going to do an authoritarian imagery of arresting these lawmakers so you can bring them back to Texas to meet quorum, and then you're going to pass a law that decimates 5 congressional districts for Democrats, literally a power grab. Like, it's overt authoritarianism. That's what it would be. And I think, luckily Texas Democrats did this in the first place. I think I'm glad they did, because other governors are fighting back and could potentially try to offset this, right? Like, what are you hearing? Because I'm here talking to Telerico later today. What are you hearing from people? Are they thinking that, obviously they won't be able to wait out until December, right? But they think they can wait this out till the end of the special session?
Yes. I was just looking, as I was speaking to you, I was looking at the term and synonyms for runaway, and it's fugitive. They're saying that these folks are fugitives, right? That's basically what they're saying. And then the runaway, and look, someone needs to check their language, or they did it on purpose, but to say runaway about these black lawmakers, most of them black lawmakers who are in Illinois or wherever they are, they're all around the country. I think they're in California, et cetera, is really kind of a foolish thing to say. I think it's racist to say. Now, will they hold out? I've been speaking to folks who said that they're going to do it as long as they can. And if they have to, whatever they have to do to sacrifice this, they'll do it. You heard what Alyssa Slotkin said, I think it was yesterday or the day before. She said that they needed to go nuclear. With this redistricting and gerrymandering thing. So I think that they're going to hold out. If they can stay out of state, and they have wealthy people, they've got Pritzker, and then we're also going to have Beto O'Rourke on the program, who is also facilitating in all of this. I think if they have the support of those people, then they will be able to stay out as long, probably until they got to do it till December. It's August. That's a long time.
Yeah.
But
it's worth the fight, right? Because, and another thing, keep in mind, these are state reps, right? So they have full-time jobs, a lot of them, during these sessions, right? The state representative is not their full job, so they're making a lot of sacrifices doing this, and that's why donations and things go in their direction are super important. But before I say my next point, everybody, y'all in these comments, hit it up, hit the like button, hit subscribe. Everybody smash that like button so that we can get this out to more people and we can get this discussion to be seen. And yeah, I think this impact of these Texas Democrats here is really having wide ramifications, right? Gavin Newsom, he was saying basically upholding some moral superiority against in the face of these authoritarian actions is just like, you're just going to cede ground to these Republicans. Like, do you agree that this is actually these threats being made by Gavin Newsom, some of these other Democratic governors that are trying to push back on this by saying they'll offset the losses?
Mm-hmm.
You think that's justified, right? I'm not one of these people that thinks Democrats should just sit idly by and let Republicans do this.
No, I don't think that they sit idly by and let Republicans do it. Not at all. But let's see. What do they have to do? I think I'm looking just to make sure. In order to meet quorum, they need at least 100 House members need to be present
Yeah.
for there to be a quorum. There are 88 Republicans and there are 62 Democrats. So,
And I think 54 of them are currently out.
54 of them. So that's way over enough, right? But the Republicans don't need that many Democrats.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
They got to peel some off.
They got to, yeah. So they're going to have to peel some off, or they're going to have to, one is going to have to go back to the state. But even if they go back to the state, if they don't show up, right?
Yeah, I mean, if they don't show up, they're going to be forced. Again, I think
Are they going to be arrested?
they're going to be arrested. I think regardless of what happens next, Texas Republicans have totally destroyed this effort, right? Like I think long term they've made it so that it's basically radicalized Democratic governors across the country. Because let's say Texas governors, Texas legislature and the government, they pass this, right? They arrest Democrats, they force this through. Gavin Newsom's already saying, "Yo, I'm going to push this measure to the voters to put us into a session where we can redistrict now and offset those five districts that you're going to take from Texas." And now, I don't know if you saw this, there are blue state Republicans that are pissed by this measure, and they're actually pushing back on Trump and Mike Johnson because the threat from Democratic governors to redistrict them out of existence is applying pressure.
Yeah.
So we're actually seeing in real time pushback being created from Democrats trying to make this threat that they would match what Texas is doing.
Well, Mike Lawler here in New York is very concerned about that because he's sort of in a purple district or a swing district, and he has lots of Democrats in his district. And so he doesn't want this because his position will be eliminated if they did this, right? Because what the Democrats are doing, they're asking governors in places like New York and California, whatever, if they start redistricting, then you do the same thing. If they take 4 seats, then you take 5, right? Mm-hmm. So Mike Lawler's, he's afraid that his job is going to be null and void. Yeah. And so he's speaking out against it, but he's not speaking out against the Republicans. He's speaking out against the Democrats, saying that it's the Democrats' fault that this is happening because they are the ones who are guilty of the gerrymandering, which is just bizarre to me. Yeah. Because both sides do it, but Republicans have been strategic about it and disenfranchising people more so than the Democrats have. I think the Democrats have been on the defensive with gerrymandering.
No, exactly. And that's the key point because Republicans are going to be pushing this narrative. And that's why it's important for, I know you and I will be telling the truth out here, but for mainstream media figures and other people in this, this ecosystem, they can't distort this. They can't buy the Trump and Republican argument that Democrats are somehow at fault here. Democrats are in a defensive position. It's Republicans, it's Trump. And people forget how this actually happened. Like, it wasn't just Texas just did this spontaneously. Trump put out an order, basically, to his Republican states saying, we need seats because he knows he's going to lose the midterms. He's afraid. He said, I don't want to lose the midterms. He'll become a lame duck president. His agenda will be stalled. He might face impeachment hearings. He could face investigation. And now he's saying, now J.D. Vance is in Indiana today, trying to push Indiana to do the same thing Texas is doing. Ohio, they're trying to push Ohio to do it. They're going across the country. So this is just the beginning. And that's why it was so important that Texas Democrats, the first state it went to, they said, oh, hell no. And they dipped because it made a spectacle of it. And now we're all hyper aware of it rather than Trump trying to do this in quiet and silence to push these states.
Do you think, I don't know, do you think that the blue state folks are going to catch on and they might do the same thing if they try to do it?
That's what we're starting to see bubble up. We have Gavin Newsom declaring they're going to offset. We have, Kathy Hochul in New York, it will take a little bit more maneuvering given all these Democratic states, most of them have independent they have these independent committees that do the districting. But Newsom's willing to overrule that with a new ballot measure. There are Democrats. We have Pritzker. We have Hochul. We have everybody speaking out. So I think what Republicans could be doing is opening a Pandora's box. And and again, as this unfolds, media has to be so attentive and not like act like I'm already seeing some of it. I'm sure you're seeing it too, where it's like, oh, both partisan warfare, like, oh, they're both sides are now going to go do redistricting. And it's like, no, Democrats are on the defensive, trying to balance what Republicans are doing. So I think this could open up retaliation from people like Newsom and these other states, because they got a lot of districts, a lot of blue state Republicans. They could totally redistrict out of existence.
Yeah. Huh. I think they're playing a very dangerous game here. And I do think if handled correctly, this could actually end up being good for Democrats. But if they don't, if they relent, if they back down, if somehow, they have to go back to Texas, so they're like too weak to wait out all this time. Being away from, I mean, I can't imagine being away from my family for, was that 6 months, right?
It's
Almost
a long
6
time.
months. It's August, September,
During Christmas,
4 months.
Thanksgiving.
It's 4 months, but they have to stay out till December. I mean, so they would miss Thanksgiving or whatever. Maybe their families can come to them. Who knows? But I got to tell you, J.D. Pritzker has a lot of money.
He sure does.
And there are some people that if they fundraised, I think that people would actually pay for them to do it. And I think that they will get the support of the people, not just Democrats, but some Republicans who don't want it, centrists who don't want it, independents who don't want it, whether you're libertarian or whatever it is, who don't want and who are tired of redistricting. And they must remember and put this out there, the Democrats do, that they voted on a bill that would stop this senseless gerrymandering. They voted for, all the Democrats voted for it, all the Republicans voted against it. So it's kind of their own doing. I say, Democrats, you need to hold tight.
Yeah, you got to hold tight. And every chance you get, bring that up. Talk about, Republicans, so you oppose gerrymandering. You oppose it when we do it. You voted against the bill. Why don't we sign this bill to eliminate this entirely, right? And I think you're right. They have to hold tight. And I think another part of this is the public opinion shifts. Polling is important. I think what the Texas Democrats have done and the way Abbott and Trump and Cornyn and all of them are handling this right now, using the word runaway, talking about arrests from the federal agents when there's no jurisdiction, that's the stuff that's going to push more of the public against this on the nationwide level. And then that, hopefully, what we need is either Democrats to last, these Texas Democrats to last until December, and then other Democrats in other states to do something similar, or Abbott to back down and Trump to back down because the pressure is too much.
You think they're not going to back down?
I don't think so, because they think it's existential. But I think if the pressure and how much more is Trump willing to torpedo his approval rating? Like, he's at 37.
I mean, they're never going to back down because Donald Trump doesn't want to lose the midterms. That he's never, ever going to back down. And they may start going back to rounding up people. But what do they do? If they go and round them up, are they going to drag them in chains to the state house in order to vote? It's like, wait, are you kidding me? Like,
the optics of that. You're going to put all these black Texas Republicans in chains? Or Democrats?
Can
you imagine these black Texas Democrats in chains being forced to vote on redistricting away the black vote? Could you imagine the optics of that and the impact of that? Like, again, play this out to its conclusion. Do y'all really want that smoke, Trump and Republicans?
They might want that smoke. I'm serious. They might,
because Trump's lost his mind. This Epstein stuff driving him into new authoritarian heights here. But I mean, again, I can't imagine that, man. Them in chains. Jesus. They're calling them runaways.
I've been wanting to talk to you about this. Who in the administration thought that moving Ghislaine Maxwell to a minimum security prison, leaking that she allegedly didn't say anything that was harmful to Donald Trump, and then having this summit, who's advising them? The worst or the best crisis PR person, I don't believe, should solve this problem for them. I think the only thing is to release the file. They are really in a jam.
They are in such a jam, and everything they're doing is so transparently corrupt. Like, you can't put a cover-up meeting on your schedule, on your public schedule, and leak it to the press. Like, you're gonna JD Vance. It's like during Watergate, if the vice president was like, "Let's get all of the Watergate co-conspirators in one room."
Did I miss something? The meeting was on his schedule, and then he said it wasn't?
I mean, it's just like, I mean, I don't know if it's officially on the schedule, but
Okay,
it was like
I know you
CNN, you know, like it's on, like everyone knows it's happened. Like they leak to reporters. Someone leaks to reporters that this has happened, right? And it's like, you're going to assemble them all for a dinner in JD Vance's house. Susie Wiles, you have the FBI director, DOJ, in one room to just talk cover up. Like, they might as well put it on the Google Calendar, just have the subject line be cover up. Like, that backfired. And then now, like you said, Ghislaine Maxwell, the move to the prison, and then again, we talked about this, man. We called this before. Remember in our 3 weeks ago, we were talking about how the meeting with Todd Blanche was gonna produce something fishy, and that they were gonna cook something up.
Yeah.
We had that conversation, and look, now you have Maxwell trying to claim, well, Trump did nothing wrong. Like, she has no incentive to say that. But
she also has no credibility. And I think even folks like Candace Owens are saying, you've got to be crazy if you do this. I mean, I'm gonna play it for you because they are saying how ridiculous it is. And I don't believe that anyone, even in the MAGA sphere, is going to go along with this. Well, some people will go along with it. But in the long run, she has zero credibility. They know she has zero credibility. Why they're trying to trot her out as someone who is credible is, again, just shocking to me, because that they don't. Okay, I'm going to play this for you because I want you to hear this. And so I believe, though, when you have lost Candace Owens, right? And I don't know if she's trying to rebrand or whatever. I'm not exactly sure, but I'm going to play this for you so everybody can hear it. You ready?
Yeah.
Trump, obviously, Trump, don't even act surprised when he pardons Ghislaine Maxwell. That would just be foolish of you, foolish of me, to think that he's not going to pardon Ghislaine Maxwell, okay? Trump is implicated by his sheer deceit right now in this moment. He is being so deceitful. It's incredible. And it seems to only be getting worse because now they keep pretending that they're trying to get to the bottom of everything, but they don't actually get to the bottom of everything. They actually seem to just be covering things up. They're making moves that only reveal a deeper cover-up.
We got cover up language from Candace Owens there.
Yeah.
It is.
I was telling folks earlier that, so I was, I said it broke the MAGA spell. So I was here and I was like, I don't believe it's going to be the thing that takes them down. But now I'm like moving over here where I believe, I'm not saying it will, but I believe this possibly could. And the longer they try to do this cover up and this bad strategy, this PR strategy that they have, I find myself moving this way because no matter what they do, people are like, hey, release the Epstein files. And they just keep making things up.
No, exactly. And you keep losing people like Candace Owens, calling him deceitful. You asked me 3 years ago, I never would have guessed Candace Owens calling Donald Trump deceitful and using the word cover up. And you're right. This is the thing that could break the spell. The polling, 70% of Americans think that Trump is mishandling the Epstein files, and 63% think that he's literally covering something up and hiding something, right? So like, this is really just the way they're handling this. Yeah. It's just so idiotic, and it is backfiring so spectacularly that, compounded with 3 months of the slowest economic growth since the pandemic and the Great Recession, coupled with the big beautiful bill failing, and failing in a way that it's like not landing with the American people. All of this stuff that harms the base is compounding here. It might be breaking the smell, man. Like, they're seeing this guy who was supposed to be the elite ally that revealed all this corruption, and all he's done is go in and economically govern like Mitt Romney, but with tariffs, right? Like, push it, be cutting Medicaid, and then he goes ahead and just covering up his own corruption. Like, it's not landing, man. And I think the longer it's not going away is the bigger thing. Like, we're on what, week 6, 7?
Well, yeah, but it's going to go longer. And trust me, when Congress comes back in September, watch all of this bubble up. Ahmed Baba, thank you, sir. It's good to speak to you. Two brothers talking. We'll see you again next week.
All right. See you, everybody. Hit that subscribe button before you dip out. Smash that like button. See you next week.
Thank you.
Thanks everyone for watching. Your support means the world to us. So make sure you hit the like button and you subscribe to our channel to make sure that you never ever miss a video. We're live every day, 10 a.m. Eastern time. We drop even more content at 2 p.m. Eastern and 5 p.m. Eastern. And if you want more Don Lemon Show content, we'd love for you to become a member of the Lemon community, where you will receive access to special community posts. You'll get exclusive content and members only live shows. So head over to our channel page or click the join button on this video. Again, thank you for watching. We appreciate your love and your support, and we will see you next time.